Read about what Verrazano said about the Carolina Indians when he encountered them. He states point blank that there's basically no difference between the Carolina Indians and what he called quote unquote Ethiopians, which is just a term that was used for black people, so-called blacks. All right, that's what he himself said.
Who is Unks crack pipe? Who is Unks crack pipe? Who is Unks crack pipe?
Me, I'm a powerful activist out there.
Now listen to what Isaiah Thomas is about to say. Now, this is what infuriates me about the so-called black man. You say all that silly humanist shit. Now listen to what he's about to say.
Where you are.
Can I just end with this one thing? These four brothers sitting here, we didn't all come from Africa.
Ding!
And there was a country before 1492, and our history goes way beyond 1492. So you can't start us at 1492. We were always here.
Ding! Hey, Isaiah Thomas knows about the fact that a large bulk of the people here in America today who call themselves black or who are called black were already here when the Europeans came here. Let me say this. There were black and white Europeans that came here to America. And Isaiah Thomas is intelligent enough and learned enough to know that the so-called black man was already here. Read about what Verrazano said about the Carolina Indians when he encountered them. He states point blank that there's basically no difference between the Carolina Indians and what he called quote unquote Ethiopians, which is just a term that was used for black people, so-called blacks. All right, that's what he himself said. No, I'll probably be doing videos on this in the future, but you know, you have people like you have nations like the Washita and the Yamasee, the black Mississippi, who were also migrated down into the Yucatan, became known as the Mayans, so on and so forth. But I mean, this just annoys me so much. A brother like Isaiah Thomas, as learned as he is, spend all that time trying to push for humanism. And he knows that so-called blacks were already here. Let me rewind that.
That's all you gotta do is go type in some words and you can get it right now and understand where you've come from and how special you are.
Can I just end with this one thing? These four brothers sitting here, we didn't all come from Africa. And there was a country before 1492, and our history goes way beyond 1492. So you can't start us at 1492. We were always here.
That's history only from us players. No, we love you guys. Happy American History Month. We back with some more players only. Only players, baby.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Isaiah Thomas. As I already stated, that slave narrative about them bringing 400 million black people off the west coast of Africa on the bottom of sailboats, brothers, that's fiction. As a matter of fact, there were more so-called black people who were deported out of America to the west coast of Africa and to the Caribbean than there were brought over here. Okay? A large amount of so-called blacks were deported out of America to the west coast, to the country known today as Liberia and Sierra Leone. Many were brought over into Europe and brought before Queen Elizabeth and her court. Queen Elizabeth was also a black woman, by the way. I'll be doing a video on that in the near future. I have some planned in regards to a lot of the history videos, but that'll come in due time. And most of the so-called black tribes from the coasts of America, the east and the west coast, were deported to Cuba and Barbados and many of the Caribbean islands. Okay? So this is why they'll try to tell you that, oh, well, you know, when you see a so-called black person from Puerto Rico, they're really black, and all that nonsense that most of these pro-blacks and these Afrocentrists teach. They don't know shit about history. So damn annoying. But anyway, good for Isaiah Thomas. He has the knowledge and he had the courage to say what he said, so good for him. But anyway, peace.
Who is Unks crack pipe?